What's up, guys? I'm Mike Shana. Welcome back to part 2 of Michigan Muscle's series of rebuilding this 2013 Audi RS5. Today I'm going to be pulling apart the front end and seeing if I can find the leak in the cooling system, because I noticed there's no coolant in the overflow reservoir. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull the hood off, pull off some other panels, see if I can pressurize the whole thing and listen for a leak. And hopefully it's just a hose that came off or something simple, and it won't be too big of a fix, because the radiator looks like it could be bent. I mean, it is flexed pretty good, but I'm trying to save everything I can and do this car as cheaply as I can. So let's go ahead and pull off that hood. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull off these 2 bolts here and here. And it looks like there's a sensor that shows whether or not the hood's open, which I think I can just pop off with a screwdriver. Let's go ahead and try that. Tried a little bit too hard and actually broke it. Split right there, you can see. But now I've got full access to the hinges, and we're gonna pull the hood off now. Okay, so the hood is still on the car. I got both bolts out on one side, had my little helper help me out. And the problem came into play when there's this cable right here that runs up into the hood that I think is to tell if the hood's open or not, or it's a hood release thing or something. It's some kind of sensor, but I can't figure out where it disconnects. So it might be inside this fender well, but I don't know, I'll have to do some Googling. So I'm gonna keep pulling the rest of the car apart and see if I can find something on that sensor where I can disconnect it at. Okay guys, so my time lapse died and I wasn't able to get a video pulling out the radiator, but the radiator is out and I've still got my fan shrouding and electric fans attached to the back of it. And well, the radiator is definitely the source. The radiator is definitely the source of the cooling leak. Both the inlet and the outlet are totally just sheared off, and that's where it came from. Then there's another split in a hose right here, which also caused the leak. But everything else seemed okay. Like my condenser for the AC, it's bent, but it's not damaged. And the same thing with this, I think it's a trans cooler. This is okay too, so I'm leaving that all hooked up. And the motor is great, nothing hit it. The only problem is the fan shrouding did touch this belt. So there's a little nick off the side of this belt. But that's an easy fix. Once again, that shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, here's where you can see one of the, this is the inlet that's sheared off, and then the outlet down there that's also sheared off. So I'm gonna keep pulling it apart. Ideally, the next stage is gonna get this radiator core support off, and this is the next big broken piece. And after that, we'll be off to the frame shop to make sure that these are aligned straight, and we can go from there. So I've got a pile of parts behind me, as you can see. I'm gonna start ordering parts for the car, writing down part numbers, trying to gather as much information as I can on what I'll need. And I'm thinking this is gonna be a quicker project than I had imagined. It's going really well so far. My interior is perfect thanks to my little helper, and it looks great. It's completely spotless. I mean, an airbag didn't go off. There's no stains, no nothing. I mean, it looks really good. So for the price I got the car for, it's in phenomenal shape. I mean, with the exception of the front end, you know, I think somebody just, you know, sheared the front end of the car off. I don't think it was a T-bone or anything, because the rest of it's in good shape. I mean, the fenders are salvageable, the hood's salvageable. So I think we're doing pretty good as far as parts go. So after a bit of finagling around with the hood, I was able to finally pull out this harness, and this is actually for the washer fluid squirters in the hood, and this is that squirter right here. So all that I had to do really was, this was pressed up inside of the hood. You see there's a couple of clips on the other side of it. And all I did was wiggle it side to side, and this is able to pull down. And then there's just a couple of connectors on that, you know, that are hooked up to this, and it pulls out really easily. And then the whole harness is able to slide out that hole on the side of the hood, and the hood is able to come off then. So It came apart a lot easier than I thought, but I was a little initially worried about breaking something. But if anyone was curious, that is how you take that apart. So let's go ahead and take a look at how well this interior turned out. It is beautiful. I don't know if you remember the initial shots from when I first got the car, but there were leaves everywhere. I mean, it was destroyed. This is pristine, I would say. I mean, every aspect of it, it is in really good shape. I mean, like I said, not a single airbag went off. The HMI, I think it's called HMI, screen works and everything. Let's see. I need to, there it goes. MMI, that was it. It's the Audi system. So everything, I mean, yeah, service due still. I'm not sure what some of these lights are. It's probably because the car's not on. Okay, I hear ya. It's freaking out because there isn't anything connected in the front of the car right now. But, I mean, guys, check this out. Like, everything is just so perfect. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. I mean, the seats, oh man, it's gonna dig. The seats and the suede, everything's in really, really good shape. I've got a lot of stuff in the back seat right now as far as some of the parts go, but even the back seat's in good shape. I mean, everything works, you know, it's very good shape. I mean, after the interior was cleaned up a little bit, my girlfriend, you know, my helper, it's perfect. It's a little Lego man that came with the car that I found inside. I just can't get over how clean this interior is now. I mean, it's pristine. So I think I got a good deal in that sense. All right, guys, so everything is pretty much where it's gonna sit for the day. I've gotta go take off. So that's, like I said, that's it for today. I'm pretty happy with where everything's been left at. And like I said, I'm making a list of all the parts that I pulled off right now. And hopefully I'll start ordering some things and we can get the car at least runnable, you know, so it's not draining its coolant everywhere. And yeah, this is getting really exciting. So as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment below on, you know, anything else you want to see. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to miss the next up. You don't want to miss the next update.